What's up, everybody? This is your girl Amira Nasser for another video. I wanted to touch base on several things. I don't want to make this video um, too long, but I wanted to just touch base and talk to you about accomplishments, struggles, tips on what to expect and how to deal with difficult people. Um, since my last video, I've come across both negative and positive experiences. I've come across a lot of assholes in this industry, in the comedy industry or acting industry. Um, and so I wanted to first and foremost talk about accomplishments. So the accomplishments are I did a show in at the Comedy Store inside the Belly Room. Um, it went. I personally felt that I did great. Um, there obviously were challenges that came with it. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. This video I just want to kind of get to the point. I I don't want to lag too much because I've got so many other things going on. So I just want to take maybe like 10 minutes just to kind of talk to you guys about it. Um, I lately I've been dealing with positive and negative thinking and trying to think more positively, especially with what's going on with my dad and like family drama and like just, life in general. Um I It's been kind of difficult, but there's a saying, God won't put challenges and struggles in your life unless you can handle it. And I don't mean to like get all like emotional and spiritual on you guys, but I really do believe in God, and I believe that, praying and staying positive and not feeding into the negative bullshit, it really helps. But I'm gonna just get to the point. Number one tip. Um I've noticed a lot of the clubs in LA are when you're going to auditions and getting booked to do shows, a lot of them are bringer shows. What I mean by bringer shows is they I don't know what's going on with my it's probably because the sun is like hitting me. Um what a bringer show is, when you get booked as an amateur, which is what I am. I'm an amateur, okay? I'm not a seasoned comedian yet. And it's okay, because everybody starts from somewhere. But what a bringer show is they book you and they say you need to bring, let's say for example, they in the email it says you need to bring at least 3 people to the show. Now when I first started out, I was like, oh yay, I got booked and this and that and blah blah blah. But there's a lot of behind the scenes bullshit that not a lot of people know. And I'm going to be very, very brutally honest in this video, and I'm not gonna like fucking sugarcoat it, all right? There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of drama, there's a lot of politics. A lot of politics. You are getting tested every single fucking minute, all right? You're getting tested. Your patience is getting tested, your professionalism is getting tested. You have to learn how to be submissive in a way, but you also have to how do I say this? You have to like value yourself. When you're first coming out, you don't know what's going on. You're everything's a learning experience. You don't know how to react to some things, and you're constantly being tested in front of people. And I'm gonna give you some examples in a minute. So number one, bringer shows. I hate bringer shows, and I'm gonna be very brutal with you. I hate bringer shows. Why? Because the promoter, the producer of the show is making money off of you. Okay. Um I'm looking into doing shows that um that don't have to, that don't consist of having to fucking bring people. And in the beginning, I was excited. I was like, yeah, let's bring people. But in all reality, if you look at the big picture, it's a huge pain in the ass. And not a lot of people like that. They don't like to get harassed about being dragged to a show. If they really want to come, they'll come. Believe me, friends will come. If you have less than, like, let's say for example, if you have less than like 3 people or less than 6 people, according to what the email says, they will not book you on the show. You get there, let's say all the hard work you put into it, right? You get there, and let's say you tell them, oh, I got lucky, like when I did my showcase, I only had 5 people, and one of them was being a fucking cheap piece of shit and didn't want to pay the $10, and I ended up having to pay for them to get in. And at the time it wasn't a big deal, but it adds up, money adds up. So, I don't know, it really tests you out. It tests who's really there to support you and who's really there to see you succeed. Um, and if you, and like, let's say, depending on the producer and the host of the show, depending on how much of a fucking asshole they are, they will literally cut you. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. It's a business. This is a fucking business, all right? No matter what it is, it's all a business. They're there to make money. They don't give a shit about you. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And you have to, in this business, and I think in any business, you have to have extremely thick skin. Very thick skin, because you're going to get judged from head to toe. You're going to get judged on about everything. And people talk. It's a very, in LA, or no matter what city it is, no matter what state it is, people talk. Everyone has connections. No matter what state or what city it is. Everyone has connections and people talk. So you have to be very careful with what you say and who you vent to. Um that's number 1. So bringer shows fucking suck. All right? They suck. Uh what else? Number 2, I'm not going to mention any names, but there are female comics, such as myself. I'm going to use myself as an example because this actually happened. I was getting propositioned. So you're going to have male comics, since it is a very male-dominated industry. Unfortunately, it is. It's a very male-dominated industry. You're going to get propositioned. I got propositioned, which sucks, but I you will start to value yourself, like some comics, whether it's male or female, um putting the propositioning aside, male comics, when the producers or hosts of the show say, okay, well, I'll put you in the show, but you gotta do XYZ. And if you don't do as they ask, they will treat you like shit. Like newcomers, they treat newcomers like shit. The majority of them like shit. But the thing is with you is you have to figure out if you want to fight that battle. Do you want to take that risk of like, oh, I really need stage time, I really need stage time, I really need stage time so I can put this on my resume? Or do you want to just say, fuck it, I'm gonna do stage time, or say, fuck it, I'm gonna say no to this opportunity and and wait for another opportunity. So it's just, everything is just a battle in the game. Unfortunately, everything's just a game. And a lot of people play mind games, which is really unfortunate. But I don't play mind games. I just tell it how it is. But what else? There's open mics is an opportunity for you to showcase your talent, because you never know who's watching you. The tips that I recommend now that I'm getting more, I'm getting more seasoned on stage, my advice and recommendations for doing open mic is show up on time, be nice, don't be a fucking dick, all right? Get to the point. When you're on stage, you have to just get to the point. Don't say like a lot. Don't say maybe like a couple times you can say but don't make it obvious. Yes, it's nerve-wracking, but just try to do your best. Be animated on stage. I always suggest people to be animated, because the more animated and the more weird you look on stage, people are gonna laugh. They're not gonna just laugh at what you're saying. It's all about delivery. It's delivery, it's stage presence. You have to I also like I tend to engage with the crowd. Like, I'll pick out a guy and talk to the guy about something, and then I'll go back into my material. So it's like having a balance. Let's see what else. I not fighting with when I say fighting, arguing, like I said, picking your battles. Um Going to exhaust every single avenue. Exhausting every avenue. What I mean by exhausting every avenue, I'm talking about like going to as many open mics as humanly possible, no matter what venue it is. Um, when you're doing your set, depending on the venue, you get up to 3 minutes. Some venues you get 5 minutes. Some venues you get 10 minutes. It depends on the venue. Um, the majority of venues you have to pay to perform, whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you have to pay to perform, and a lot of them are lottery, which is bullshit, but that's the way it is. It's a lottery. Um, what else? Here's another tip that I learned yesterday. Um, when you go to a real comedy show, and you observe the crowd and observe like who is the promoter, who is the host, or the booking agent. Um, so you can go up to that person and tell them, hey, my name is, like, be like nice about it, be like, hey, my name is so and so. I would really like to get uh a chance to be on stage, to perform. um and they'll probably ask you like, oh, how much experience do you have, or whatever. Every venue is different. Let's see what else. um get yourself on social media as much as possible. Like, there's when I say get on social media as much as possible, I'm talking about like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Stage 32. There's stage32.com. There's what else? LA Casting. It's a membership, but a lot of them have commercial and acting work. There's a lot of websites out there that people are not familiar with, that you can get more work to get noticed, until comedy picks up. But yeah, another tip. Sorry, someone's calling me. Be professional. That's another tip, is be professional. And I want to tell you guys something else. There's a lot of LA is interesting. There's a lot of shady people in LA. Everyone is there just to make it big. No one gives a shit about you. No one cares about your story, where you've come from. No one cares. A lot of the comics, the majority of them, especially the male comics, there are some that they just want to sleep with you. They'll brag about, like, yeah, I fucked her, Um, there's a lot of ego there, and a lot of politics involved. So for the female comics, it's hard. It's hard, but be strong. And what I'm learning as I go is I'm learning to value myself. What I mean by that is like respecting myself. Like, I when you're getting threatened through an email, like, oh, we're gonna cut you if you don't have at least so many people, or uh they say, oh, you got booked, or you're getting an email from like a producer or a host of the show, and they're just being a dick, you and they say, oh, we're not going to pay you for this, or oh, they'll just make up excuses, and people lie a lot just to get what they want, which is unfair, and it's manipulative. But I've been exposed to so much crap in the comedy scene. Like, I got exposed to one comic, I'm not gonna say any names, okay? I got exposed to one comic that does cocaine. I got, it's just, unfortunately, this is the way it is, in whether it's comedy or acting or whatever, you come across a lot of screwed up people that they will do anything to get stage time. They will do anything to get up on a really big stage, comedy store or whatever. I've dealt with some people like that, and there's a lot of stress involved. There's a lot of battles to pick and choose on, okay, should I really fight this? Should I just leave it alone? Um, if you guys want to leave comments or whatever you want to say, that's fine. It's been when I did my show at the Comedy Store, I got like 5 minutes. I did my thing and I sung on stage. And you know, people like animation. They will laugh at animation. You have to be able to be vulnerable and just be yourself on stage and just be fucking weird, you know? Um what I do when I get to the venue and I observe who's in the lineup, I always say hi. Hi, and I always don't want to introduce myself. Hi, my name is blah 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 blah. Hi, can we network? Networking is huge. It's huge. I networked with a couple of the comics. I was so intimidated when I did my when I was in the lineup with all the other comics. Like I was on the lineup with Kirk Fox, Sasha Boggs, Martin Harris was the producer, promoter, host of the show. Um, who else? Sean Kerrigan. There were like other ones that I've never heard of, but they're established. Some of them are on HBO, some of them are on BET, some of them are Netflix. So there's established, seasoned comedians that are also actors that, have paved their way into this industry. So it's humbling. It's freaking humbling, like working. Also, I was in the lineup with, what's her name? Melissa Shashahi. I think, I'm sorry if I butchered her name, but she's a Persian actress comedian. Um, you know, uh she's well known. Um, I follow her on Instagram. And my next tip is for you guys that want to go and get out there and like look for the different venues other than Google. What I suggest is go on Instagram, and the comedians that are posting pictures of them performing on stage, um and they post on like what venue they're at. My suggestion is kind of stalk them, but don't make it obvious that you're stalking them. But that's what I do, as I stalk them and I write down what venue they were at, and like go there and like make yourself known that you're there. Like, hey, my name is, for example, hi, my name is Amira. I'd like to introduce myself to the promoter or you know the booking agent, and do a lot of cold calling. That's another tip I wanted to talk to you about. Do a lot of cold calling. Like if you're you're getting more comfortable on stage and you're doing your thing, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to go do auditions. Like other than open mics, I'm ready to go do auditions. So like do a lot of cold calling, contact the booking agent, email them, and just do a lot. I just finished designing my business cards. So I have business cards coming out, and with my headshot on one side, and then like on the same card, so it has my headshot, and then it has it'll say like actor, comedian, singer, actor, I'm sorry, comedian, actor, writer, singer, and then I put like all the social media sites that I'm on. And then in the back I have like two different, I have like a full body shot and like a 3/4 shot. So and then I have another business card separate for accounting. And so you have to just get out there and just market yourself. Um, and always be prepared, because you never know who's there, who you're gonna meet. Just try and network as much as possible. Um, I think that's about it. We're about 20 minutes into the, yeah, we're about 20 minutes into the video. What else? Yeah, I think that's about it. The struggle that I'm having right now, here are the two challenges. Number one, my dad's in a nursing home. He got out of the ICU. He's in the nursing home now, and I'm not able to get out to LA to go do what I need to do. But tonight there's an open mic at the American, I think it's called the American Comedy Company or something, American Comedy Company in San Diego, and sign-ups are at between 7 and 7:30. So I'm gonna go there tonight and go do an open mic and introduce myself. So wish me luck. I will be making more videos as I go. Something else I wanted to announce. There's I've been getting a lot of comments on like and how I'm coping with negative like internet trolls and like negative comments. In the beginning I was responding to them, but now I don't even bother anymore. There's someone, I'm not gonna mention the name, but there's someone that asked me if I'm a tranny, and I'm like, really, tranny? I actually use that in my stand-up comedy. I think it's pretty funny. They're like, the first question was tranny, like they just put tranny, and the other one, they made another comment on one of my other videos, and they said, are you a transsexual? And I'm like, but when I was observing their YouTube name, I was like, oh, figures, no wonder they're an idiot. You know, you're gonna come across a lot of really weird, fucked up people on social media. Like, they just ask the stupidest, like, I shouldn't say there's nothing ever a stupid question, but they ask these questions. It's like, really? Like, you're asking me if I'm a transsexual? So now I make a joke of it on stage, you know, and I talk about that. Um, and, you know, there's, you know, you can't please everybody. You're gonna get some really interesting comments on social media. I just don't respond to all of them. I only respond to the positive ones, because the negative ones can kiss my ass. I really don't give a shit. But, yeah, that's about it. So, you know what to do. You like the video, great. You don't like it, that's fine. And comment if you want to make a comment. But that's my time for now, and I will update you guys as I go, and any more struggles and challenges and accomplishments I come across of. Oh, one more thing. I have an interview with Richard Spassoff. He's a headlining comedian. I have an interview with he owns an internet radio talk show up in Oceanside, and it's all over social media. I have it posted, and he's gonna be interviewing me as like a star on his internet radio talk show. No, I'm sorry, not this Tuesday, November 14th, which is a Tuesday night between 8 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It'll be live. It'll be a live taping. So I'll be there getting interviewed and getting my brain picked up, which is fine. And then I'll be talking about a lot of things. And yeah, so have a good day, guys. Bye.